The viewer.
Michael, you know what time it is, right?
Bottom line.
Whew, we did it. We got to get to that bottom line. It's the terrible twos. It's the final two questions of the show. Here we go. Question number one is, by the way, we're talking about McCartney 321.
Not about Fallingtower.
Yeah.
This is like a 3-hour episode, guys. Sorry.
So no, it's not really that much longer.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Good joke.
Question number one is, on a scale of 1 to 10, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, what would you give the first episode of McCartney 321 entitled These Things Bring You Together?
It brought me together with myself and my feelings, for sure. And before I tell you my answer,
I think I know your
it's
answer.
obvious that I loved this. I think Ryan can guess what I'm going to do here. But I think one of the best things about this is that we're getting all this great stuff on video. We're getting all these stories recorded for posterity before they're lost, because, you know, Paul McCartney's no spring chicken. Right. Half of the Beatles are gone already. And so I'm glad that we are getting this stuff down so that it's for the rest of the world, for the rest of all time. And with that, probably not a huge surprise, but probably a surprise to some, that I'm going to give my highest score ever, my very first perfect score, 10 out of 10.
I knew it.
I knew you knew it. I knew you knew.
I knew it. Okay, Jen, what would you give this first episode?
So just going by the episode itself, the stuff that was going on in it, the way it was shot, all that stuff, I'm gonna go with an 8.5.
Solid. Josh, your thoughts?
Okay. The music is incredible. And so it's great to listen to the music. I love the music. I wasn't as wowed by the stories and any of that, but just because the music is so good, it's impossible to not like it, but it's also not, I wasn't loving it the way you guys were. So I'm going to give a completely neutral 5, which is, and it's just, yeah, completely in the middle. Oh, I just got a notification. My internet is unstable, so I hope you're able to hear me.
That's okay. We didn't catch. What'd you say? A 9.5? I think I heard a 9.5. Wow. Very
all right, 9.5. All right, Josh.
So that's okay. We're not mad. 5. That's okay.
I'm a little mad.
Scale of 1 to 10.
No, but Ryan once said that he liked something. I think it was when we did Debris, and he gave it less than a 5.
Yeah,
he had
did.
4.5 and claimed he liked it. So spice word. So
Spice.
Marajan. Thyme.
What the fennel?
Parsley.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Ryan gave it a 10.10.
Guess that would be a 10.1, really. Okay, so look, the reason I knew Michael was going to give his first 10 is because this is a 10. There's nothing I could possibly give it other than a 10 from the moment I watched it. Like when it ended, I may have said it out loud to myself. Everybody, you guys all talk to yourself. Don't act like this is weird. I think I was just like, that was a 10. That's a 10. I mean, you can nitpick as much as you want, but it didn't need big production. It didn't need any of this. You just sit down and you watch it. It's a 10 because, well, at least for me, I'm just speaking for myself. I watched it and it took me away. I enjoyed it. The way I know it was a 10, it was because there's absolutely nothing that could have come out of my brain that would have improved that product. So to me, that means it was perfect because I could not improve.
What if it was in color?
I liked it.
I liked the fact that it was black and white, but then the archival footage was in color too. That was an interesting juxtaposition to me and an interesting choice.
Yeah. So very, very,
He's
very
more into
10.
it, I guess.
Easiest. This was the easiest thing I've ever given. 10. No, there was just.
I knew you guys were going to love this way more than Josh and I.
Yeah.
And I know
But
they
that's
like,
great.
now
We want that
whole
diversity of
series.
voices. Yeah.
The tables have turned.
I update when I said Michael has watched all 6, Ryan has also
Yeah.
watched all 6.
Mhm.
We'll see right now.
And also from now on, every guest, you guys have to interview us. Sorry, you got to come prepared too. You can't ask the same question that's been asked before. You got to come up with something new. And if we don't like the question, we're going to say pass. For the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch the first episode of McCartney 321. But now that the podcast is over and we're free to move about the internet, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, would you watch the second episode of this docuseries?
Yeah, I obviously would. But I just wanted to respond to Josh's comment that I already watched all 6 episodes. It was all that I could do last night to not watch the next episode right away. It's like when this episode ended, I was like, oh, that's it. And I was like, oh, dang, I have to watch this other show for this other podcast that we're recording at the same day. Just spoilers to pierce the veil of how we do these things. But yeah, so
I just want to say something.
I would have watched all 6 episodes, but I didn't have the time.
There is the illusion this is live, but the giveaway at the very beginning, you show a clip from a highlight from a funny woman maybe or something, so it gives it away. Like, I feel like we should have done spoiler alert for everyone watching.
That's the
Oh my
crystal
goodness,
ball
everyone
move.
down below, mind blown. Their minds are blown right now.
Unless they were from the
Writing about it
beginning.
right now.
It starts off with a funny clip, and then you have your opening, whatever.
That's
and
the
then
edited prediction. It's live, you guys.
everyone,
It's live. Hi guys.
I'm just kidding. No, because I see that awesome comment. Oh, that's funny. Thank you for that comment. Oh, and the super chat. I'm sure. I mean, the super chat. That's
Thank you for the super chat, by the way, guys. That was really nice of you. Don't prove us wrong. Jen, would you watch the second episode?
My
So
cheeks
here,
literally hurt right now from
they
laughing.
hurt.
Sorry.
My stomach hurts. Got
Mine
some
hurt
abs
from
right now
sitting.
from that laughter. So I gave it an 8.5 because I think it was so well done. Like the way you said it, it was so well done. I don't think I would really change much, but I think because, and I do love the stories of like I said, I love hearing the before success stories and how things become successful. I love all that. So I was very intrigued by that. But the only reason why I didn't give it a 10 was because Josh knows me well. I probably am going to watch the second episode, but I'm not in a rush to. It's probably going to be oh, what do I have to, I have nothing to do right now. Okay, let me watch the second episode. When there's other shows when you had to stop yourself from watching the second, that's how I get with other shows. And with this, I was just kind of oh, okay. I definitely want to keep watching it, but it's not I'm not in a rush or I'm oh my God, I have to watch it. I have to see what happens next. So that's the only reason why I didn't give it a perfect score, because I do think it was well done, really well done. So
All right. Not enough dinosaurs. Got it.
So that's just the two talking. So that sounds like a yes, you would, just not enthusiastically.
just not enthusiastic about it. Yes.
Okay. Josh, don't be a downer, jolly Josh. Sussman.
I think this would be great as a radio show or just listening to the audio. If I have it on in the background, I could be in the kitchen. I could be listening. I hear the songs. I hear the stories, because it's not very visual. And if I'm walking back and forth in the kitchen, I sit, you catch a little bit. It's kind of like the news. You're mostly listening to it. And maybe it's oh, I want to see that part. If I could tell they're showing a clip from something. But yeah, just as an audio thing, yeah, great music. How soon will I put it on the next one? I don't know, but I'm not opposed to it. It's not I won't. And your guys' 10s are kind of contagious. And it's no, it is good. No, it's nice hearing stories. Maybe I'll get another salt and pepper gem. So I wouldn't sit on the couch to watch it. That's got other things to do. Maybe I'll try to do my workout routine, and I could lift weights to have strong muscles like Ryan while I'm listening to some great music.
I don't know if it's
That's
a
nine.
That
workout
sounds like
thing.
that sounds like a no though.
It sounds like a scrub,
it?
salt and pepper. No scrubs.
It does the
But-
audio.
That's
I would
That's
listen.
TLC.
Whatever.
I would listen to it. I would, but I can't think
You're
of any
right.
other show where you would say, "Oh, I'll just listen." Like, imagine if someone said that about Loki, "I'll just listen." No, there's so much visuals. Yeah, but this one, do you agree? You could just listen to the audio and fully get it. Or
No.
do you? Does that
No,
make you
because I
mad?
enjoyed watching them dance and nod and like turning up the thing. And, like I
Okay.
enjoyed watching it personally. But Josh, this is not about us. This is about you. Would you watch the second episode of your own?
I'm
version?
in no rush. There's so much
That's a no.
stuff out there.
So much to
Okay.
catch up on.
Because
I
I could've-
understand why it hit you guys, because this is like somebody, like I knew the Beatles, I like their songs, and I love the story that I'm learning. But like if it was somebody that hit me as deep as
Jeff
it hit
Goldblum.
you guys.
If it was
Like
Jeff Goldblum,
Jeff Goldblum.
3, 2, 1.
Exactly. If it's Jeff Goldblum 3, 2, 1. No, like for instance, like Steven Spielberg, that's how he felt for me, not even a joke. And I saw his documentary and it was 3 hours. I couldn't get enough of it. Like I was just
Same.
going, right?
It was great.
But so I understand,
Incredible.
I completely understand how you guys feel. So I feel like if I knew maybe a little bit more about them, then I would feel the same way, kind of thing.
Well,
So
this is your
I
chance
get it.
to learn more.
And that's why I'm like, I'll probably keep going and learning more. Like I didn't dislike it. I just could feel even the way you guys were talking about him. I'm like, that's the way I talk about like Steven's awesome, actually. So
We're
You
not
two are the
mad at-
same.
we
we're not
are.
mad at you, Jen. You're allowed to have your.
No, we're not. I know you're not mad. I just wanted to explain.
I'm a
I
little
actually
mad.
had a dream. I actually had a dream about this podcast last night. On a loop, I kept dreaming that I woke up at 3. I woke up like right before the podcast was supposed to come on, no time. And I didn't watch.
Oh, you mean 6 p.m.
the
at night? Yeah.
show at 6 p.m. So I kept dreaming that I kept waking up right when the podcast started and I didn't watch the show yet and you all were mad at me. So it was really weird. I had that dream. I just had to throw that out there. I had that dream last night. So I must have been so anxious about
A lot
this.
of pressure. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure
Mhm.
involved in this podcast. We're
So
pretty
much
stern.
pressure. Mhm.
Well, Jen, you may be
Mhm.
surprised to know that it's my turn to tell everybody if I would watch the second episode.
I wonder.
Strangely enough, no, I would not. I got all of the enjoyment that I wanted. I just April Fools, you guys.
I was like,
Yeah.
you watched all of it. I was like, now he's lying.
Did I get you, Josh? Though I got you, Josh.
I'm
right?
too gullible. I'm a trusting person, and you did it very well. It didn't make sense. I was thinking Ryan is as weird as Cardamom, but you got me.
Yeah, but also a 4 can be liked and a 10 could be like moving on. But yeah, no, I would watch it just because this is really very good, and to me, I think
For
it
a second
deserves
time, because
to
you
be
watched it
watched.
all.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I only watched the first episode twice, and I was not in the point where I needed to watch the second. Unlike Michael, I was very happy with what I got, and I was just like, "Cool, this is great. I'm looking forward to watching the next one when I decide to." Because they weren't really like connected to where I had to jump in. I was just very I feel like it's a gift. Honestly, it felt like a gift, and I'm very grateful that they made something like this. It's better than say like a documentary. To me, it's just a conversation between two guys that
Mhm.
and we get
So they never even introduce.
maybe
Oh,
there's
Santa Claus over
I
here.
do like what I think Michael said it, how it's perfect timing too, because Paul McCartney's still alive. You get to get this from him now. So I thought that's a really
He's still
good.
sharp too,
Yeah, he's very sharp. Like when
as
you
was
said he's
mentioned
like
before,
almost
too.
80 or whatever, I'm like, he's so sharp and like coherent, everything. And he, like I said, he goes back into it like if it was yesterday.
Yes,
So
it
it's like
is.
Yesterday.
Or scrambled eggs.
Yesterday.
Scrambled eggs. All right,
Mhm.
so we got to run, everybody. Everybody at home, thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining in on the fun with us. This has been a fun one. It's been exciting. If you want Josh and Jen back, let us know in the comments below. If you don't want Josh and Jen back, you'll probably get your wish. Just kidding. No, but we all love Josh. We all love Jen. But let us know. I mean, give them that positive reinforcement. Tell them we really like looking forward to seeing you guys. Wait, does that make sense? We really like having you and look forward to more. Josh,
Do you want to
and-
see them together? Would you rather see them separately or with other guests?
Or like in the movie that Ryan's gonna produce to have us in. Remember?
Right. So remember,
yeah,
My Little
romantic
Pony,
comedy. Yeah.
My Little Pony 10 times in the comments below, or it's not going to happen. So that's about it. Everybody at home.
Ryan secretly wants to review My Little Pony, and
He does.
to admit it, and
No
he needs
chance.
your guys' help.
No.
All right.
Figured it out.
So what I'm
He's
trying
like,
to say
I gotta get out of
is
here.
this podcast was hectic, but it doesn't matter because it was a great episode that we watched.
This podcast played while my guitar gently wept. Wept.
Aw. This podcast gave us some insight on Fallingtower history.
This podcast was really spicy in the best way possible.
Spicy words, spice words.
Mhm. All right, everybody. You know what to do. Just remember what Michael Kenyon Rosenberg always likes to say.
Don't forget to register to be an organ donor and consider living kidney donation. And don't forget to watch the first of things.
Freeze frame. What?
Nope, I don't freeze frame.
He
It doesn't
never
work
he
for
hates
me.
freeze frame.
I don't. It doesn't. I
Point.
just don't do it. No, it doesn't. No. Nope.